Well, good evening or good afternoon, and welcome to Ricebird News. Just want to tell everyone thanks for your patience over at Hutchins, Myatt, and Northside as we've worked out some kinks to our pickup and drop off. And so it's been running a little bit more smoothly this week than it did last week. So we appreciate everybody's patience, and we consider a blessing to be able to work with your kids, and we'll continue to get better at our pickup and drop off. School's off to a great start. I just want to bring a few reminders to everyone. Our start time at all campuses this year is 7:50. This is so we match the state's required number of minutes, so we've added a little bit of time to the school day so that we can continue to provide the great education that our kids get at El Campo. Just another reminder, our Mondays are PLC, Professional Learning Community, early release time, and that time is 2 p.m. Teachers use this time to collaborate with each other. It is one of the only times in a school day where teachers are not being responsible for students, because once you drop your lovely children off early in the morning, they are our teachers until late in the afternoon, and it's been extremely difficult for them to collaborate and work together. And so this PLC Monday allows those teachers to do that, to talk about each and every individual student and what they need to know, whether they know it, we have to be able to assess that, and whether they don't know it, how are we going to help them get to know it? So that's our PLC Monday in a nutshell. Visitors, just a reminder, we're trying to still be cautious. Who would have thought that we would be in another COVID resurgence? As we left the spring last year, we were very hopeful. Now we have a little bit of a resurgence, so please be cautious when you come to our campuses. And if you have specific questions, please reach out to our campus principal. Regarding COVID, El Campo ISD utilizes the Texas Education Agency and the Texas Department of State Health Services, who also relies a little bit on the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, for our guidance. So let me explain to you the procedures if one of your children or you test positive. First of all, we'd like you to notify your campus if you are experiencing any of the COVID-19 experiences, or if you've got a positive test result. Please do not send a child to school who is actively sick with COVID-19 or who has received a positive test result for COVID-19 until the conditions for re-entry are met. So our re-entry conditions are, if you receive a COVID-19 test result, the Texas Department of State Health Services requires schools to exclude the student from attendance until at least 10 days have passed since the symptom onset, and the student has to be fever-free for 24 hours without the use of fever-suppressing medications, and all other symptoms have improved. Children who test positive for COVID-19 but do not have any of these symptoms must stay home at least 10 days after the day they were tested. When it comes to close contact, individuals who are vaccinated are not considered close contacts. Parents of students who are determined to be close contacts of an individual with COVID-19 may opt to keep their students at home during the recommended stay-at-home period. The stay-at-home period can end for a student when they experience no symptoms on day 10 after close contact exposure. If there's no subsequent COVID-19 test is performed, alternatively, students can end the stay-at-home period if they receive a negative test result from a PCR, acute infection test, after the close contact exposure ends. Just a reminder, mask wearing is voluntary. Parents can require their child to wear masks at school, but the school may not mandate other students to wear masks. Some great things are happening. Our fall sports are in full swing. High school football has a scrimmage this Thursday at home against Sweeney. Prior to that will be the hamburger supper starting at 5:30. High school volleyball has a tournament played this weekend in Schulenburg, and the middle school teams have begun practicing and have tryouts all week. So until next week, that'll do it for Ricebird News. See ya.